Putting a bow on the 2024 Senior League World Series here in Easley, South Carolina. 20 games in 8 days, all leading up to this. It's the Latin American Regional Champs from Maracaibo, Venezuela, taking on the Southeast Champs from Irmo, South Carolina, for the Senior League Championship here at JB Red Owen Sports Complex. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody, along with former Major Leaguer Chris Burke. For 11, he's got 4 doubles. He's knocked in 3 as he drives this towards right center field. Salters on the run, and Salters makes the grab. 1 away here in the first.
Big play right there, because that is the straw that stirs.
Coronado 8 for 13 as he hits one up the middle, and it's into center field. Nearly took the head off Denzel Posey in a ringing 1-out single for Coronado. Just a dynamic offense. Renteria lifts one out towards right center field. Salters another chance, and he's got this one too. 2 down. Now deals with Moises Rangel. Runner takes off. This is drilled towards left center field into the alley, and this is down for a base hit. Coronado rounding third, and Coronado will score standing. It's an RBI double for Moises Rangel, and Venezuela strikes first in this championship game. Really calm some nerves, especially in a big moment like this. Rivas ropes it towards right field, and it's caught by Greer, and the side retired, but Venezuela at it early again. The lefty deals the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Plotner down by way of the K to begin the bottom of the first.
It's a little bit outside the box here. Look, big left-hander throwing the ball from way over towards the first base side.
Flared to center field, and it drops in for a base hit for Salters. He was an on-base machine last night in the U.S. title game. Bouncing ball to the right side, and it's into right field for a base hit. Salters to second. So back-to-back hits here for South Carolina, and they've got 2 on with 1 out for Caden Harris. Caden Harris is one of those multi-sport athletes, as he ropes one into right field for a base hit. Salters will be held at third. Throw cut off by Gonzalez. So after the strikeout, 3 straight singles, and South Carolina's trying to help out his own cause. Posey with a bounding ball towards second. Serrano flips to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. In from third comes Salters, so it's an RBI for Posey. And South Carolina responds and ties the game at 1. 1-2. And now the runner takes off, throw to the plate, and he's out. South Carolina trying a little trickery, but Venezuela up to the task. And offing gunned down at home by Guasamucaro.
Yeah, great job. Watch, you step off, you got to look at third, and he does it just in the nick of time, and then the throw on.
Denzel Posey back to work. He's been pounding the strike zone early. Strike 3 called. Backwards K as Gonzalez is rung up to begin the second.
Man, Posey did. Another change up here.
Samuel Pereira bounces it softly to first. Harris gobbles it up and takes it himself for out number 2.
6'5", 200 pounds. We've already seen 3 pitches for strikes, and he's throwing 85
for 8. 16-year-old. Been the 8-hitter all week. Rolls it towards third. Mejia guns it across the diamond in time. And it's a 1-2-3 top of the second for Denzel Posey. Leading things off against Guasamucaro. He goes after the first one and hits it sharply to first, and it's gathered in by Gonzalez for the first out. Runners from last year's team that reached the Senior League World Series. Hits one on the ground to short. Coronado wings it to first. Gets stretched by Gonzalez, and there are 2 down.
Coronado kind of gave it as most lefties fastball does. Just seems to have a lot of arm side running away from the barrel of the right-handed hitters.
Tipped in, held on to by Ronhell, and Johnson down by way of the K. So 9 batters in. Here's his payoff. Strike 3. A paint piece on the inside corner, and Posey picks up his second punch out.
Well, that say that you can play baseball 12 months out of the year down there.
He struck him out. Denzel Posey with 3 Ks, and he struck out the first 2 of the third.
A prospect standpoint that I've seen play in this game.
A chopper up the middle, ranging is Johnson. His throw to first is in time. What a pick by Harris at first base as well on the back end.
Harris's foot's on the top of the base, which actually costs him some length. You do not want to play with your foot on the top of the bag right there. If he gets his foot on the side of the base, he can stretch out another 3 or 4 inches and probably changes the outcome of that play. But I think the call was correctly overturned.
Jared catch throws at first base, but there's so much more that goes into it. A chopper towards the shortstop. Johnson bare hands and guns it to first in time. Another close play. But how about South Carolina flashing some leather early in this championship game? Weston Plotner and Raleigh Salters. A high chopper towards second base. It's gloved by Coronado. Has to get rid of it quickly, and it gets away. And reaching is Greer. So the leadoff batter aboard for South Carolina on this infield single. Showing bunt and getting it down is Plotner. Rivas scoops it up and slings it to first. So the sacrifice is successful. 5-3. Throw back towards second base. Nearly gets away. Backed up well by Villalobos, the left fielder. On the ground right side and into right field, a base hit. Here comes Greer. Throw to the plate is not in time. It was cut off by Gonzalez. His relay was late. It's an RBI knock for Salters.
Crossing his back leg. Well, then I actually can read that.
Runner takes off on a swing and a miss. And offing, it goes down on strikes. So Salters does swipe second on the play, but now 2 down.
First baseman to the shortstop.
A chopper up the middle. Coronado gloves behind the bag, and his throw gets to first base in time. Side retired. But South Carolina takes the lead thanks to Raleigh Salters. An RBI knock puts them in front. Has driven in the only run for Venezuela today against Posey. On the ground, softly to third. Mejia over to first. And there's one down.
Man, it's always a comfort.
Posey again, the youngest player on this team. He's 15 years old. And he strikes out Oscar Rivas, and he picks up his 4th K.
Polish of what you would look for in a high major League One pitcher.
And a base hit here for Gonzalez. So that's the 4th hit for Venezuela off Posey. Good cut. 0-2 offering. In the air towards right center field. That dunks in for base hit. Gonzalez up to second. So Posey retires the first 2, and now back-to-back singles have 2 on with 2 out for Venezuela. That hits him. And now Venezuela has the bases loaded with 2 down here in the 4th. Chopped third base side. It's gloved by Mejia. He steps on the bag for the force to retire the side. And South Carolina gets out of the bases loaded jam against pitcher. Posey in the air to left field. Villalobos has it sized up, and he makes the catch. Good swing from Posey. Hit it hard, but he's the first out of the inning.
That ball smoked. Looked like he waited.
On the ground towards first. Gonzalez a brief bobble, but recovers nicely and takes it himself for out number 2. Mejia grounded to short his first time. Hits it sharply, but it's snared by Rivas. Playing in, his throw was high, but corralled by Gonzalez. Inning over. South Carolina goes down to 1-2-3 to send us to the 5th here in Easley.
Face the toughest part of the order, so let's see how this one unfolds.
Antunes hits it towards short. Tough hop for Johnson, and Antunes will reach. That ball just ate him up. And the leadoff batter reaching for Venezuela.
This third caution, he's going.
Takes off. This pitch is hit to the right side, and Fletcher throw is high, and it sails over Harris. Antunes over to third on the play, and Venezuela has him at the corners with runner takes off from first. This ball is into right center field. Antunes scores. Coronado down to third as Renteria didn't need any power. He punched it the other way, and he ties the game at 2.
Boy, I tell you what, I thought this was going to be a double play off the bat, and it was almost a double play a couple different ways. Posey almost caught it. If he doesn't glove it at all, I think it goes right to Fletcher, and maybe they get a double play that way. But this ball hits Posey and is redirected into right field, and I hope Posey's okay. But that was a play that could have totally flipped the momentum of this inning. Instead, it goes cleanly into right center field.
Now Rodhell grounds it into left field for a base hit. Coronado in from third, and Venezuela retakes the lead.
Just two.
Rodhell's at first. Rivas hits it sharply into right field for a base hit. To third goes Renteria. Strong throw in from Greer, but the bases are loaded now for Venezuela.
Like the pitch call.
Popped up behind the plate. Derek takes the mask off, and Derek squeezes the mitt and makes the catch. A huge first down for South Carolina.
Boy, Derek looked like a pro. One signal.
3-2. Outside ball 4, and it brings in a run. Renteria down from third. An RBI for Pereira. And it's a 2-run lead for Venezuela. Gets hit by the pitch, and that'll bring in another run. So a walk and a hit by pitch lead to 2 more for Venezuela.
Time around.
Fly ball towards right. Greer settles underneath, and he makes the catch. Rivas tags. The throw is cut off, and now they've caught Villalobos off. Ball pops out of the glove. Here comes a second run to score, and Venezuela tacking on here in the 5th.
Field and ends up giving up another run.
This is lifted down the first base side. Harris makes the play this time, and the side is retired. But a huge inning for Venezuela. They score 6 runs
after the tag was made, and then he loses it after he jumps over the runner.
To third, picked up by Rivas, and he guns it across the diamond in time. Let's go back to this last play, Berkey. What'd you see here? Towards center field, and Antunes can't come up with it. Towards second base goes Greer. The throw is late. Greer gets up, thought about going to third. So he bloops a double into left center. Lay down a sac bunt today. On the ground, up the middle, ranging is Coronado near the bag. Off balance throw arrives in time. To third goes Greer. On a fine play by Elaneker. Give it again today, 2 for 2. Salters grounds it to third. It eats up Rivas, and it kicks into left. Greer scores. Salters does it again. South Carolina chipping away here in the fifth.
Well, that feels like a big one.
So certainly not easy. A pop-up. Shallow center. Coronado and Antunes races in to make the grab. Inning over. But South Carolina gets another run back. And it's a 4-run ball game heading into the late innings. 0 for South Carolina. Coronado drills it into right field, a base hit. Not wasting any time, and Eleniker Coronado has his third hit of the ball game.
Man, can that do? It was on ESPN last night.
Runner takes off, the pitch is high, throw to second, and in time. Coronado gunned down by David Derrick. His dream job, though, is to be an electrician.
Okay. That'll take you far in this life, Derek. There's always a need for that niche. It's his job to post a zero here and see if the offense can't go back in there and make it a little closer.
Grounded to short. Johnson to second. Jolly to first. It gets away. So a 6-4 fielder's choice. Ron Helleborg with 2 down. Rivas skies this one down the right field side. Greer moving towards the line, and he's got it to end the inning. 5.5 in the books here at Easley. 7-3 Venezuela. Went the distance in a 2-1 win over Easley, the host team. Lofted to shallow left field. Long run for Coronado. It drops in. Villalobos, the left fielder, was there as well, but Harris is aboard on. And South Carolina using the DH for their catcher. In the air towards right field. Renteria makes the grab on the move.
If you're on that side of the coin to get to the top of your order to start the 7th.
Roll to the right side and under the glove of Serrano for a base hit. Todd was off on the pitch, so he goes first to third. Felix Fletcher is. Gets under this and pops it up. Second baseman Serrano makes the catch. 2 down.
You got to pull the trigger.
Up and away, ball 4. First walk handed out by Guasamucaro, and it loads the bases for South Carolina here in the 6th.
And this is around the pitch count total.
To leave the bases loaded. On the ground towards short. Coronado gets there in time. Decided to take it himself. Just able to beat the runner to the bag in Johnson. 3-2 is low. They want an appeal, but no swing, says Boyd Stevens, and it's ball 4. It's sharply towards right and a base hit. To second goes Gonzalez on the 10th hit of the day for Villalobos squaring, and he gets it down third base side. Mejia over to first, and it's in time. Villalobos disagrees. He wants Venezuela to look at it. Don't think they will, but no. We've seen a center fielder in this game come in to cover second base.
That's true.
Ground ball left side. Johnson in the hole. Long throw is there in time. But a run does score. Gonzalez coming in. Productive at bat for Serrano. It's a second RBI. And it's now a 5-run lead for Venezuela.
It's interesting. They still, even though after
2-2. Antunes on the ground and into left field, a base hit. In comes Pereira. An RBI for Antunes. And Venezuela padding its lead here in the 7th. Grounded right side and under the glove and into right field. Trying to go first to third is Antunes, and the throw is in time. 4th hit for Coronado, but Antunes gunned down to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th.
Played a breaking ball in the dirt.
In the air to right center field, Antunes moves over, but gives way to Renteria, who makes the catch for out number 1.
But all that's...
Salters a check swing chopper towards third. Rivas picks it up. Off balance throws, not in time. So Salters on base for the 4th time. Then there's the light for South Carolina. Studing. This game was tied after 1. Bouncing ball back to the mound. Reyes goes to second for 1. On to first, the double play. Sets her off, and the call is confirmed. The ball game is over, and Venezuela back on top.
Well, now they get 2 celebrations. And there's going to be plenty to celebrate.
Just a dominant week for this team. They go 5-0 here in Easley. They outscore the opposition 47-6. What a week we had here in upstate South Carolina. We can't sign off without thanking our fantastic crew down here in Easley all week long. Megan Short on graphics, Thomas Kontos, our technical director, Jeff Cave on video, Ethan Downing, our engineer, Mace May, tech manager, Muffy Davidson, operations manager, Karen Blackman on stats, audio assistant,